Welcome. You are welcome. It is October 14th, 2017. This is Alexis Fllow Leiva. I'm driving originally from San Francisco down south to San Jose to be at the Schwartz Seasons with the Schwartz. And now I'm going to Walnut Creek to celebrate Thanksgiving, not on the actual Thanksgiving day, with my father, my mother, my sisters, and our collective family. I'm checking in because I feel there's so much happening right now. There's an acceleration of love, of teachings, of brand new, fresh thoughts, and of these major chunk concepts that affect everything, everyone, the holy planet, all dimensions. Did I mention it's time to integrate another dimension, to be able to attune into more than just three-dimensional ... means to an end, object over here versus object over here, 3D reality. Like a radio station, we can tune into other channels, but not just all on the same level. We actually can like jump up and then tune into other channels on other dimensions, and that these different states of being, these different states of consciousness, these different radio stations don't have to be in conflict with one another. They can be fully integrated, and one doesn't supersede the other. It just means that more is available to us. Source is many, 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 many infinite dimensions, and we chose to be here on earth in these sacred flesh vessels, which occurred to me more like garden hoses channeling infinite source energy, spirit. When we realize that we're not just a thing, we are sacred charges of electricity in ahead motion, reaching for higher planes, desiring deeper fulfillment, stretching to embody fuller pulse, fuller self-expression. When we realize that we're not just things, we're not these ego thing, doll, Ken and Barbie, perfect image ideas of these separate selves, and you realize that self is just a flowering of infinite spirit river coursing through the garden hose that you are, the whole holy game changes. And now we have integrated more dimensionality, more fullness of experience to this human experience. So, I first want to start off with saying that I love you, I am love, you are love, and I'm just going to choose to align with the love that we are, and then I'm going to word it. I'm going to create the world of valuing the love I am that loves the love you are. I, this particularly embodied experience of infinite source remembering, loves you, which is another point, referential point, becoming aware of the fact that it's the entire universe. Remembering. Remember to remember That's how you can exit the paranoid matrix and realize that you've always been connected to the womb matrix. The universe is a womb, and we're all plugged in via our lungs. It's a cordless connection to the Great Mother that is Earth. Not with an umbilical cord, but with our lungs, and we inhale amniotic air. Without this amniotic air, we would get dead in less than a minute. So when you look around, know that you are in a womb. You're in a womb. It's not filled with water. We were released into air. When we came out of our mom's tummy, when we came out of our mom's vagina, this new light that we came into was full of amniotic air, not amniotic fluid. And then the connection, the physical connection, was cut because we were ready for the next dimension. Did I mention we can integrate even deeper dimensions now? What if when we die, we wake up to another dimension? What if the light at the end of the tunnel is actually the light? What if the light at the end of the tunnel is the next vagina that we will be birthed out of? Well, what if death is just a transformation? And God only knows what could lie beyond that next vagina, beyond that next transformation. No, God does know. But if we realize that this existence thing is infinite, then we really don't have to trip about getting to this someday I will be there at this place that I want to be that is not here, because this earth thing is fucking miserable and there's so much suffering and separation and hate and just gnarliness. What if we chose to be here? And what if this experience right now is but one container of a zillion? And to the people that are experiencing deep depression and anxiety and sadness and frustration and fucking hate, what I say to you is love all of that shit. And I know it's fucking shit, but just love it to death. Love it to transformation. And I promise you that there is a light at the end of that tunnel, and you can experience that in this life, in this flesh, right now. So you say, well, fuck this life. Well, if that's how you feel, honor that feeling. And consider that you chose to be here and that you're being asked to transmute and transform all of that sacred muck to make sense of all of that painful nonsense and to love it all back to holy wholeness so that you can get on to the next dimension that I mentioned. And that life can actually begin to start to feel like a gift, not as some like nice hallmark sentiment, but no, life is a gift, and it can start to feel like that. And then you can start to feel infinite spirit, God, unconditional, benevolent love sauce flowing through this garden hose transistor that you are, star incarnation. You are a star on legs. And I know that this is some far out shit, but my job is to normalize far out shit and to impregnate this ordinary day-to-day means to an end, it is what it is kind of relationship to the canvas that is reality, and impregnate it with magic. Magic is the new normal. Duh! So unlock the unlocked cage that you're in. Freedom is yours for the being. And there may be some layers of muck and some trauma and drama and some fucked up shit that was done to you that needs to be loved to death. That's your mission. At some point on the path, you start to realize that you've loved so many layers of this maddening muck off of your wholeness, off of your white light, off of your core, true angel in disguise self that you know is in there. You know you're not limited to just that thing you're depressed about, or to the depression, or to that pain. You know that there's a part of you that is not that. Love that shit to death, and eventually life will feel like a gift. So let me now inject this concept that the vibration of the planet is lifting. Mother Earth is going through a purge, a purity process. Imagine a dog, a female dog, and she's got all of these fleas on her, and these fleas are just irritating her. And so she's going to shake off those fleas. And when she does that, shit hits the fan. And we have hurricanes. And we have quakes. Puerto Rico, Cuba, Florida, Hurricane Irma. We have earthquakes in Mexico City where my grandma lives. And then we have these fires that are actually in this moment raging up north of San Francisco, Sonoma, Napa. Bless, 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 bless. Mother Earth is shaking the fleas off and restoring a sense of balance. And the shooting in Las Vegas, and then you see all the beings, all the humanity coming to the surface, to the face of everything, coming together to support, to love, to hold. And I see these posts on Facebook, they're like hundreds of businesses that are offering free breakfast, lunch, dinners, free clothes, free blankets, taking donations, giving out donations, offering, opening their doors for somewhere for people to sleep. Just the love that is activated when these seemingly just tragic, only tragic events happen. But it's really important to consider that this three-dimensional mechanical ... means to an end, like everything ends when the flesh dies. It's really important to hold a higher vibration, hold a bigger context, like expand your vision of what's going on here, so that you don't lose your shit and fall into desperation and madness as all of this crazy shit purge happens. Yeah, like things that seem like utter devastation end up catalyzing ridiculous amounts of unity and love and solidarity and a coming together right now. And so life doesn't always make sense. Suffering is unreasonable, beyond reason. Most of our human experience is just completely, miraculously ununderstandable. Like we talk about, just as an example, we talk about emotions, we talk about thoughts, feelings. Do you realize that we base almost all of our human existence on how we feel and how we think? And yet, where the fuck are thoughts? Can you grab them? Can you touch them? Where are they? What is even consciousness? Like, thought? What is a thought? A unit of concept? Where does that happen? Like, if that is not a miracle, and then we talk about, oh, I feel this, where is that feeling? You base your whole reality on it, and it's invisible. Where is it? It's magic. It's crazy sauce. And we base our whole reality on it, and then we say, oh, like, disenchanted, no sense of awe, no sense of wonder. Just think of what's going on right now. I'm driving the car, focused, and I'm talking about all this crazy philosophical stuff, and I can activate my hand and send signals, and like, who designed this awesome tool that is this body, hand, consciousness, spirit host, sacred vessel, energy producing vocalization, language? Who even created language? And like, there's a zillion things happening right now all at the same time based on millions of years of evolution. Like, how is Earth not a fucking absolute miracle? Amniotic air, we are in a womb. So, I intended this to be 5 minutes, but as always, so much goodness to share. The vibration of the planet is rising. We are in an ascending part of a cycle, and a lot of people don't get it, including myself. I'm learning about it, that the Earth goes through cycles, and sometimes the cycles are so fucking long that we don't even realize we're in a cycle. So you have to really dig in the crates to access some of this ancient wisdom and knowledge. And from what I gather so far, that there's these bigger cycles like the 24,000 year cycle and then 12,000 year cycles. The Earth has gone through several cycles, lots of cycles. Right now, lucky for you and me, we happen to be in a major Renaissance golden age period. The elevation is happening. The frequency of the entire planet is raising. And that brings everything to the surface. The bad, the good, the light gets brighter, and then the shadows get thicker and longer. And so it's a time of lots of intensity. It's a time where we have to fucking look at our shit right in the eyes. You know, think about the politics happening right now. It feels like what? This is reality? Like, seriously? This is not a sci-fi comedy movie? No, this is reality. The shadow is in our fucking face. And also the light is getting brighter. So the realizations, the uploads, the downloads are getting faster and thicker. And the density that is in the way is being ripped apart, it's being burnt, it's being transmuted at a faster pace. And so it's really important for us to just do our simple heart embodiment practice and just be here and let what's inside come alive and thrive. Because if you don't let what's inside, what you are, the signature superpower key offering vibration that you are, if you do not let that come through, it will consume you, and it's gonna get fucking hectic. And you can see it getting hectic for a lot of the people that are in resistance mode. You're gonna have to turn up the effort and the suffering that they will have to endure in the name of not allowing themselves to feel that which feels like it's killing them, because it's killing their old ass, crusty, ossified identity of separation. It is, something is dying, and that fucking hurts. And that's why the courage, that's why we're warriors of love. The war is inside for many of us. And so be courageous, be persistent, hold on to your truth with everything you got till you realize that you are the truth. And it's getting intense, and it's polarizing. The negative, the positive, there's like an extreme. And so remember that as our planet goes through this intense shit and disasters are happening and people are dying and people are being murdered, hold on to a higher perspective of trust, total trust game in what's going on right now. And know that what you see, hear, smell, touch, the flesh, is not the end of the story. It's just a sliver in this long cycle evolution of planet Earth unfolding unto itself. Light is infinite, so just hold on to your daily grounding practices. Bow to your projects. Bow to that which wants to be birthed out of your heart passion. And just be with your tribe. Love them. Be with your fam, your community. Stay grounded. Attune in. It's like prayer as a form of attuning in. Not like prayer like just victim hope, but prayer like tune in. Tune in. And lastly, I just want to talk about the fact that I recently learned from wisdom teachings on Gaia television that there was a mistake made, and I keep talking about this golden age. We're in a golden age. What does that mean? And I just think that the possibilities of the next love, abundance, and pure possibility paradigm is just fertile as fuck. It is just bursting at the seams. It's like ripping this limited, ossified fear design paradigm a new asshole. And this new fertile, bottomless possibility, unconditional love paradigm is just here. That's the golden age, the Renaissance, like so much more possibility. And then, yes, we do go through these cycles and these golden ages, but it's never exactly the same, and then they build upon one another too. We are in this linear evolution path too. It's infinity unfolding unto itself in this linear timeline fashion. And so during this golden age, more is even possible than in the last golden age. And it's a lot to hold. What's going on? You don't have to understand. You don't have to know. All you have to do is just be in your heart. Honor your projects. Know that God can do it without you. Find your tribe. Tribe harder. Don't let them go. Love them. There's so much magic, healing, love, safety, and security found in your fam, whatever that fam looks like. And I also want to point to the fact that what I learned on Gaia TV is that the word race, the word, the golden age, that the word age, I think maybe from the Latin, was poetic license changed. And that actually you can think of the golden age as the emergence of a golden race, a golden light. There's a golden, high vibrational, crystalline, unconditional love, purity vibration that is us. We are the golden age. We are the golden race unfolding unto ourselves, discovering the new possibilities. So bow to unconditional love vibration as hard as you can, with grace, with ease, knowing God can do it without you, and God is imploring you to show up to your mission, to bow to what you are, star incarnation, and contribute to the holy unified field. And so mostly I know 0.002% of what's going on. And all I know is that love, love or fear, just love. It all comes down to just, we are golden puppies of source energy, of an involved goddess who actively loves us and who provides an abundance of amniotic air wherever we go. So just attune in, like Yogananda says, like God attunement. Just tune in to the science of spirituality. I'm not trying to convince you like, oh, one love, like it's just positive and peaceful, smoke some herb and just kind of disconnect from like the real world. No, we are the real world. We are the golden age. We are the golden race. Remember to remember, and then exit the paranoid, fear-designed matrix. Begin your entrance into remembrance with your familia and your friends and your tribes and your communities. Put the unity in community. And realize that you can't ever be disconnected from the Great Mother. That's the unconditional love phenomenon. No matter what we fucking do, no matter how horrible, no matter how disgusting, grace will have her way with us. We've already won because we're already one, and this can't be undone. And even if you drop a nuclear bomb on the holy, this oneness cannot be undone. So that is great fucking news. We can fuck it up till kingdom come, till queendom come. And love will have the first, the last, and the messy middle word. And it won't all be rainbows and unicorns. As we can see the crazy ass shit that's happening on Mother Earth right now. And hold a higher God's eye view. Trust, faith. Know that there's way more happening than we could ever understand, and there's infinite dimensions behind our sober day-to-day just thing-to-thing relationship paradigm. There's just way more going on under the surface than we could ever know. But what I can assure you of is that the prime seed, the prime source, the origin of all of this is love. It's love. It's not fair. It doesn't make any sense. Life isn't fair because in the end, unconditional love wins. Attune in to this